Okay, Logos 2 is ready. Are you... let me know if you're getting this friend to join you. But if that's that, we should be ready to go. Let me know if you're getting this friend to join you. But we should be ready to go. Okay. Hopefully.
I think Logos 3 just queued in already.
Yeah. She said we were ready.
Oh, yeah, but don't go in until we're all
No, it's
going
too
in.
late.
Sorry. You are already inside.
Yep.
All right. Majid 1 then, go in. We are maybe having another person to join. This is why I was thinking we should wait, but...
I mean, they can just queue in, and then I will
yeah,
just
probably
invite them in.
that will probably be the case, but yeah, I wanted to check
Hopefully
that
avoid
first.
the instances changing, between.
Yeah. And Ovni spawning too soon because he will spawn as soon as there are 8 level 60
no,
people
it
inside.
doesn't seem to be happening.
Okay, so that means that he spawned sometime recently, which is lucky. Okay. All right, so Magia 1, are you in?
Yeah, we're in.
Okay, Magia 2, you can queue.
Just waiting on one person. There we go.
Okay, Armando, you can queue.
Black screen.
All right, we are queuing in Logos 1.
They are saying that OVNI died about 20 minutes ago.
Okay, then that means that he should respawn really soon, in about 10 minutes max.
If
So
you
we
need
have
to
some time.
trace any logograms, do it now. Fix the gear.
Okay, we're in. Ziguard, you can queue. You just have to confirm that everyone is in the same instance. All right, it seems like we are. Are you all in the instance of 44 people? That
48, but yeah.
Okay. All right, yeah, I can see the last group. All right. So this is the time where you can now prepare your logograms. If you don't manage to do it, there will be some more time later on when we enter BA, so it's no rush. But the only things that you can do here in the base and not in BA at all is to repair your gear if you don't have a crafters for that. Appraise logograms and buy your recon potions if you're not already stacked on them, because you're gonna need them. So this is something that you should prioritize. Then if you're ready, we can go look for fairies. Please don't take the ferry until we defeat Ovni. Ovni is our entrance to BA, and the later we take ferry, the more it will serve us in BA, because the buff is only for 60 minutes. So just mark it on the map, and we'll take it all together later. There should be 3 ferries always on the map, so try to find them and mark them. And until then, you can do bunny or whatever else you want to do. But once Ovni spawns, we're all going to that location. Yes, please don't take the ferry yet. If you need any questions about logograms, you can just ask in your party chat. Oh,
Oh.
Ovni. Alright, so as you're ready with your logo, start going to Ovni location. Don't forget to repair.
I have
Wait.
display.
Good, thank you. I was just about to ask. And also, we're going to wait for everyone to be in the fate area for a few minutes. Because everybody needs to be in the fate area as the fate is dying so that you get the buff. Party leaders, please just make sure that everyone in your parties are level 60.
All good here.
Magia 3 hours 60.
Yeah, Magia 2 same.
Okay, so basically, I also wanted to just say that you will be hearing us party leaders talk in voice chat, and most of you are on push to talk automatically. That means that you can speak if you use that function, and that's all right if you want to ask any questions, but please keep the voice comms clean during the callouts and explanations. You can always ask questions also in the shout chat or the party chat. Every party has at least one or more people who are experienced and can answer your questions. So your elemental wheels for this run can generally be in offensive stance, and there should be at least one healer per group who is taking refresh. That will make it possible for you to use Magia Auto. I'm gonna write it in shout chat, but Magia Auto. But you can turn this on in BA or now if you want to try. When you click this, when you type this once and click enter, you're gonna set yourself to offensive stance. Twice will set you to defensive, and 3 times will turn it off. This means that every time you touch a mob, your wheel will automatically be spinning to a stance of your choice. And as long as you have a healer with a refresh in your group, you can keep up the spins. If you are not the main tank, you should always be in offensive stance. Unless we say otherwise for some bosses. And if you are a main tank, you know who you are, so you can be in defensive.
Someone already started off me, so just let him die.
Yeah, let's ready check and see if everyone is here.
Magia 1 is ready.
Magia 3 is ready.
Was that a random group what was already in here?
Yeah, it's okay. It's just 2 people. It's not really an issue.
Logo 3 is ready.
Logos 1 is ready.
I mean, it's not like the HP is going down.
Yeah.
Magia 2 ready.
Okay, let's go. He is dying quite fast, so dispel this. And make sure that you keep staying in the fate area. Don't be on the edge. Don't go away until it's completely dead and gone, until you're sure that you have your buff on. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to go into BA. So just
Move to the
stay.
other side, because we're really close to the edge of the...
Yes, come
Yeah.
a little closer to him in the middle.
And if you need dodge to the southern side and not like north side.
If the tank can just pull him it back to where it normally spawns, that'd be great.
I don't know if he has it yet because yeah, the random guy has Ovni still because it's really hard to actually get aggro here. Oh, Tom is in the instance.
I could not dispel till he's dead.
That's true, but
And then it does an AoE and kills
as
everyone.
long as everyone is inside, it shouldn't be a problem.
This is one salty cunt.
There we go.
The spell. Iron shower, if you have this, go away from the party, but not away from the fate. Stay inside. Okay, he's just about to die, so stay in the fate area until you have the dark blue debuff. Alright, everyone should have the buff now. You can check in your parties if that's the case. So, since there is a lot of new people, I just want to say what's the procedure now. First of all, there is one fairy that we found here. We can go there and pick it up, but don't run into it yet. Wait for people to gather, and then we're going to get in as a group. We are waiting now for first 3 minutes for blue portals to spawn, and we're not going to touch them. We're just going to position ourselves to the portals. Every person has a specific portal they need to stand next to. And then 3 minutes after that, we'll get red portals, and we're using those to enter. Your party leaders will have macro now to assign you your positions. And if not, the macro is in Maps and Macros channel, as well as the map that is on this link. If you're not sure which group you are, you can ask your party leader. And if you, for any reason, cannot see the map, ask someone to link your location.
Usually it's not that big of a deal, but I would suggest you move on your red portal as soon as possible, and there might be one of these people sniping you.
Yep, luckily we do have some portals extra. We have 4, I believe. So in the worst case scenario, if someone snipes you, there should be portals available in Magia 1, Logos 1, and Logos 3 on spot number 8. So you can always go there. When we enter BA, there will be some time that we'll use just to sort out our logograms, and you can immediately pop Spirit of the Remembered as you enter, as well as 2 other actions that you plan to bring with you, and then you have 2 more slots to craft something else. Okay, is anyone else coming to the ferry at the bottom of the map here? If you are, shout. If not, we're taking the ferry. It's luckily not the last. Oh gosh, sorry. All right, so now move to your locations. You can see the blue portals are up. You can use them to find where you need to stand. Don't touch the blue portals. Most likely you can't get in them yet because you need a stabilizer for them, but we're never using stabilizer because of various reasons. So just use them to basically, mark your position. Again, if you're not sure where you are, you can ask some people from your party to show you your location. If you are in an area with high level monsters, please be somewhere safe. You don't need to stand directly near your blue portal because there will be red portals in slightly different location. They will be really close, but maybe slightly moved. So basically, you can just run into your red portal after it appears. And we'll have Azu leave for the support fate, so he should get feint at that point. But if any other tanks want to bring feint, that's okay as a backup for AV.
Party leaders make sure that everyone is at their portal. I would at least suggest to do so.
Mm-hmm. So red portal should be up in about a minute or so, so be ready. As soon as you see the closest red portal, you are free to interact with it and go inside. Even if you get targeted by an enemy, you will still be able to go inside as long as you don't die. If you are on Sprite Island, be really careful that you do not touch any of the sprites as you're passing by. I'm not sure what weather it is though. Let me see. It's rain, so yeah, there should be sprites. Just make sure not to touch them. You can, I think that spot is in Logos 3. If you're too afraid to go into that portal, you can go to the one on spot number 8. That's free. Yeah, just don't cast anything which you shouldn't as you're walking or touch them. Alright, red portals are up. You can go to your portals. Alright, so once you're inside, don't jump down on any of the sides. Stay on the bridge, you'll get shell and protect, and you can use this time to just sort out your logograms for the run. If you have any questions, now is the time to ask in your party chat what you should bring.
Also, you should use the yell chat and not the shout chat, because we don't need to inform the whole instance about what we are doing.
That's true. In the meantime, I'm gonna try to craft bravery.
I'll be right back 1 second.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so there is one very popular logogram in newbie runs that is Wisdom of the Plate Bearer. Now, Wisdom of the Plate Bearer is really not that useful in BA. It can be a form of safety in the first 2 bosses, but in the last 2, it's definitely not something that you should have, because even if you get hit with Wisdom of the Plate Bearer, you will die, so it doesn't really help you. We just need more DPS on those 2 bosses. So if you are really feeling uncertain now and you want to take Wisdom of the Plate Bearer, it's okay to do so now at the beginning, even though it won't really help you much. But make sure to have something else to swap it with for AV and Ozma. If you're a DPS, that can just be a skirmisher or any of the DPS stances that your class can bring. Or even something as Spirit Dart will be more useful than Wisdom of the Plate Bearer. Just ask in your party chat if you're not sure what to bring. So if you need shell and protect, stay on the bridge. Someone will put that on you. And then once you're ready with all of your logograms, You can stand next to the Logos Manipulator if you're in one of the Logos groups, and next to the Magia Melder if you're in one of the Magia groups. Don't jump down yet, please. As I said before, you can turn on Magia Auto if your healer has Refresh. And every group should have a healer with Refresh at this point. And Logos groups, once you're ready, you could jump down to Logos voice chat. For this first boss, we have to be separated because the callouts are different, so you don't want to be in Magia voice chat to be confused. Later, we're gonna return to Magia voice chat to be with everyone else, but for the first boss, we're going to Logos voice chat. So just jump down. It's right under this one. All right, let's do ready checks. I believe we're almost all ready. For us on this side, Ami Prower is main tanking, so if you're not that person, please do not have tank stance on, and you can be in offensive element. All right, we can jump down. If there is some people AFK, it's alright at this point, unless they are main tank or a healer, I guess, because they can still rejoin until the first boss. There are no traps, nothing to worry about. So in BA, if you're new, all of these ads can actually hurt quite a lot. So if you ever see an AoE on the floor or anything like that, just move. Some things can be stunned, some things can be sleeped, but don't trust it at this point. Anything, if you get hit, you will die. So just remember to move and stay behind the main tank, please. Always stay behind the main tank. Let him grab the aggro of the mobs first, and make sure to not steal it from him. It shouldn't be a problem with the new tank stances, but if you are running in front, you might accidentally steal it. Make sure to be popping refresh if you have it on your party, so that your party can be in Magia Auto all the time.
So SA, someone from my group called Hoshi managed to jump down the wrong side. I was wondering if there was an open group like there, or if you can just keep an eye out.
There's one space
There
in
is,
Livestream.
yeah, there is a lot of free spots he could join. Let him just shout something in shout chat so they can invite him.
So just do that, Hoshi, and then you can rejoin when we group back up after this boss.
Hey, move. This can be stunned, but just remember that if you get hit, you will die. So it's better to sacrifice a tiny bit of DPS for your life in BA. Alright, this is the last mob before the boss, and then we'll do short explanations.
And don't stay close to the tank. It's clean.
Yes, you're right. Stay on the sides from this boss. Don't be in front or at the back. Move.
Side again.
Alright. So, the boss you see in front of you is called Art. He has a twin brother on the other side that the other groups will be dealing with, and they have to be pulled at approximately the same time. They will die at the same time. So, if we kill our boss first, he will basically stay at 0.1% until the other one is dead. And if that happens, you can be in defensive stance and just focus on mechanics. You don't have to DPS at that point anymore. His main mechanics are just a raid wide and a tank buster, and then he will do this spear attack. Basically, he'll do either Legend Carver or Legend Spinner attack. If he's doing Legend Carver, this means that all around him will be a large yellow AoE that you have to avoid, so you have to go far from the boss. For Legend Spinner, you either want to be under the boss or very far on this white circle around. And then he will summon the 4 spears on the cardinals of the arena. These spears will just repeat whatever the boss is doing. So if he does Legend Carver first, you have to go to the spear and then back to the boss. Or if he does Legend Spinner, you have to go to the boss and then to the spear. There will also be an attack called Legendary Gias. Legendary Gias will just, the ground will kind of be red and shiny, and you have to stop moving at that point. If you are moving with Legendary Gears, you will get heavy, which will just make it harder for you to move from the next mechanic, which are just thin line blue AoEs that you have to avoid. There will also be one random person who will get marked by a gravity ball and a proximity marker on someone. So everyone needs to, of course, move away from the proximity marker, and the person with the gravity ball needs to move away from the group as well. It will get followed by the ball for about 4 or 5 drops. This is pretty much it. He will just be repeating these at all different variations. If you are a shield healer in your group, make sure to have shields always applied on your group, because his raid wide is actually hurting quite a bit. Region of Will, of course, help out, but shields are going to take significant amount of damage off the group. And you can also use Eureka potions to help your healers with healing when it's raid wide. Raid wides are called Akalam no Senarak. If there are any questions, now is the time to ask. I'm going to jump to Magia voice chat soon to see if they are ready, and then I will start the countdown from that side. And so as I return, I will start doing the callouts. So at this point, you can start applying braveries if you have any in your party. Alright, so we're going to start. I also got a question about the gravity ball. If you get the gravity ball, you have to move away from the party. It will follow you. And Legendary Gias is where we don't move, so I will call it out, don't worry. Pull, pull, pull. Okay, we'll start with the Tank Buster and then Raid Wide after that, so you can apply your shields. Go under him. And not go away. You want to be moving really fast for this. As soon as the AoE just disappears, you can already start moving even though the attack didn't happen yet. Raid Wide AoE. Alright, so he's summoning the spears. He will now do either Legend Carver or Legend Spinner. So we have to go either under the boss or far. Under the boss, and then as soon as the yellow disappears, go to the spear. Go to the spear. Any of the spears will do. If you get hit, if you died, pop Spirit of the Remembered back up. If you procced, of course. This is a Tank Buster. Okay, now you can go into defensive mode. He is already dead, we're just waiting for the other group. So this will be go to the spears. And then as soon as this disappears, go to the boss. Go to the boss now. Move away from this and then stop moving. Stop moving. Just stop, stop, stop. Now move from the blue AoEs. Alright, this is a raid wide. Okay, so gravity ball person, you move away from the group. Everyone move away from the proximity marker. Good job, everyone. We have a couple of casualties, so healers, please stay behind to sacrifice. Everyone else can go behind their trapper. The trapper on our side is Uruju, and you can mark him if you can in your party. Once we get into the big hallway upstairs, you can go back into the Magia voice chat. There will be a treasure chest. It's individual loot, so make sure to pick it up, because if you don't interact with it, you won't get the loot. And yeah, so when you get to the room, you can rejoin the Magia voice chat and we'll continue together.
To everyone.
Hi, hi.
Welcome back.
All right, I pulled some people manually here. I hope that's fine. All right, I hope it went well on your side.
Yep, no casualties.
Nice.
I think no bounty was even hit by anything. He should not have been hit by.
We had a few, but I don't blame them. I was a bit slow on these callouts. I'll do better for Raiden, I promise. All right, so don't forget when you get into the main room.
Run
oh,
back,
there's
run
a
back,
sprite.
run back, run back.
Run back. Logos groups. Whoever is. We have a sprite here on the stairs.
Any
we
tank,
can-
help us, please. We are healers.
Yeah, we are a bunch of healers with the sprites.
All right.
It's not gonna go well. Thank you. Normally, sprites, as usually, if you get targeted by them, you'll just die, so it's not really good. Alright, so going back to the room, hug the wall and go to the right side. There is a treasure coffer, that's individual loot. If you don't interact with it, you won't get the loot. And that goes for every treasure coffer in this run. Alright, so Ami will be pulling all of these mobs here, so just give him some room to do so, and don't run into the traps.
Remember to use refresh occasionally if your party has it.
Yes, if you are a healer with a refresh and you lose it at any point because you had to sacrifice or something, please let your group know so that it can turn off the Magia auto, because it's really easy to lose all of your spins here. Okay, great.
Also, as DPS, don't pull anything. It will one-shot you.
Yep. Just let the main tank do its job and be patient with pulling.
And better wait 1-2 seconds before you attack.
Yes. Okay, so this one, healers sleep berserk.
Sleep this.
Okay. There is also another one, so be prepared to cast sleep when he casts berserk, not before that. There is a mob coming from the right, so careful.
I hope everyone took their chest on the south side, otherwise this might be your last chance.
All right. So if you're a party leader, please mark the arena in a specific way. So A should be behind Raiden, B should be to the right side, C is where we are, and D is to the left side. This is really important for the callouts, so please do it until I do the explanations. So Raiden will start off as with a raid wide, and then of course tank buster. His raid wide is called Spirits of the Fallen, and it does hurt quite a bit. So again, the same thing. If you have shields, make sure to precast them, and be ready with the heals after the raid wide. There will be an attack called Ame no Sakahoko that he will cast pretty soon into the fight, which means get away from the boss, and we'll all get away into the same direction, and that's towards C. So when I tell you to move back, you can move back. We're gonna stack there on C because he'll jump on someone, and then he will do Whirling Zantetsuken, which will basically leave only his hitbox safe to stand in. And after that, he will disappear from the arena and he will reappear on either B or D. This is why we need marks. We need to all stack into the middle, like very closely into the middle, because he'll do a combination of mechanics. One, he will do some AoEs on random people, but since we're stacked in the middle, they will all drop directly in the middle and they will be easier to dodge. And secondly, he will swipe one side of the arena with his sword. So we're gonna have to run to either A or C. Now, here it's most important that you run as soon as possible from the middle because middle will hit first. So make sure to look into the A or C so that you can react fast when I call it out. That even if you're not sure if you're oriented in that part, just make sure whenever you see red AoE under you to run as soon as possible. No matter which direction you run, you will still have some seconds, few seconds of time to adjust and run to the right side as well, but the middle will hit first, and if you get hit by the middle, you will die. Right after that, he will put Lancing Bolts on 6 players, I believe. Those are just AoEs that you need to spread on the edges of the arena. So if you don't have it, stay in middle. If you do have it, spread it, and then we'll have to kill some ads that appear from it. It's basically spears, like nails from Ifrit, that will stop his ultimate attack from killing us. He will also do so-called Sneaky Puddle or Booming Lament, which means get away from it. It's just a red AoE under you, so if you see that, move away from it as soon as possible. And then last couple of mechanics that he's doing are called Cloud to Ground. Those are exaflares, basically, if you've seen them in other fights, where they will appear on one of the cardinals. It's actually now in Hades in the last phase and in Midgard Sommer as I remember, but in many fights they start appearing on one edge, and then we have to move close to them and into the first position once they kind of passed. So basically we'll be moving as a group to one of the marks. I will call out move to D, to B, to C, but just make sure that you're not stepping into these exaflares as they are going off. Some people will also get tethered to other people, in which case they have to move away from each other to break them, but at the same time be sure that you're not stepping into any of the exaflares. And then he will do, again, Whirling Zantetsuken, so we have to stay in his hitbox, and if we see this mechanic happening again, he will then do Ame no Sakahoko, so for later we actually have to stay away. There will also be a 11 Horl raid wide, which is kind of a proximity based raid wide. So if you're standing far, you'll get less damage. But either way, it's a raid wide, so healers be ready to heal and pre-shield whenever possible. All right, so let's do ready checks.
Oh yeah, I still have Hoshi in my group. Do you want him back, or should I just keep him in my group?
If it puts you to 8 players, then it should be fine keeping him there. If not, then we'll take it back for an LB.
Alright. We are only supposed to be 7, so I think it's
It's fine as long as I think Magia 3 is also with 7 people now, so you have. I'm trying to keep like groups of 7 and 8 on each of the Ozma groups, basically. So it's fine if he's in Logos 3.
alright.
As long as you are 8 with him, that should be fine.
Yeah.
Right.
Matt.
Is there anyone who isn't ready? I think that's easier. I will do the countdown soon. You can start reapplying braveries if you have them, and you can move a little bit front because you're still very far from his range. And when I'm doing the countdown at -4, ranged DPS can do limit breaks if they want to, if they have it. All right. So I'm gonna pop countdown in a bit to 20. 15. He starts with a raid wide, so you can apply shield already. 8, 7, 6, 5, a limit break. 3, 2, 1, go, go, go. Alright, so as I said, this is raid wide, so make sure to heal up. He's gonna do a tank buster next. If you're a ranged DPS or healer, you can already move to your max range, otherwise stay and keep attacking. We still have little ways off to actual movement. This is a useless attack. After this, we'll have to move, so when I tell you to move, move immediately to the C. Not yet, not yet. Move now, move now. Stay close together and he'll jump to someone, then you have to move under his hitbox, in his hitbox, otherwise you'll die. Alright, go to the middle now and stay stacked in the middle until the red AoE appears. He is on D, so we'll move to either A or C. Go to C, 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 C. If you died and re-raised, pop remembered again. Raid wide. There will be some AoEs that you have to spread now. So check if you have one. If you do, make sure to spread them on the edges of the arena. If you don't, stay in middle. Just check if you have one, because if we get hit in the middle, we will likely die. Alright, so now we have to DPS these spears down. There will be a raid wide and then a sneaky puddle under us, so prepare to move. Move away, move, move, move. There will be now exaflares. We're gonna move to one of the cardinals together. And they are on B, so move towards B. Move towards B and then into the B now. Keep attacking Raiden. There will be barbs, so if you get connected with someone, make sure to break it and move from these AoEs. Don't go too far, we have to go under Raiden now. Keep DPSing, he's almost dead. All right. Good job. We do have some casualties, so if you're a healer with sacrifice, stay behind. If you're not, you can move forward. There is chest at B, so don't forget to take it. And of course, let the trappers and the main tank go in front.
Sorry, I can't do trapping right now. I'm lagging horrible.
All right, so Uru, you will take whatever he can get. So it's really important that you do have Spirit of the Remembered still to pop. If you do not, and you died, we're gonna have to prioritize others and maybe raise you, because this is the only way that you can get raised. And if you didn't bring any Spirits of the Remembered, even after all of the conversations that we had in chat these days, unfortunately, we might not be able to get you up. We do have a lot of new people here, so it's really actually nice how fast we cleared it. Our DPS was pretty neat.
The tank needs some healing.
Yeah, both of our healers are down here, so try to keep them up.
I got him.
Okay, thank you. I'm coming back now. Prioritize the fan. Move. Okay. Don't forget to refresh in your parties if you still have it, and if you don't, please make sure that your party knows that so that they can turn off Magia Autumn. Also, for the next hallway, if you are a white mage, don't use a size. If you're a dancer, don't use dances, because you might accidentally pull something from one of the rooms. I'm not there yet, but soon. I always forget these stairs.
There's a trap in front of the chest, so careful.
Yes. Right, don't step in. Just go to get the chest at the end of the room. Oh, God. Alright, so here you don't want to use a size or dances, because you might end up pulling one of these beautiful sprites or something else and killed. So don't go into the rooms unless you're a trapper. Okay, we found a chest. So in this part of the dungeon, we're actually looking for one chest in one of these rooms, and also for the portal. This portal will teleport us into the basically other sort of part of this dungeon where we can continue and spawn AV, which is our next boss. If anybody dies here, there is a possibility we might be able to cheese the raising you, but please, please just be patient if you die. Don't try to test it though. Yeah, we'll have a toilet break when we get to AV, so don't worry.
Just don't forget to move sometimes. Or go into the layout menu.
Yeah, get to that.
You still get kicked in Eureka? Is that a thing?
I think so, yeah. It was that way before Shadowbringers, so
Okay.
Yeah, you get kicked. You can be in HUD layout though to avoid that, but
Okay, we will
Okay,
need to
so
search the rooms for the
chest is in room Earth room, so we're going back.
Portal won't be an Earth room.
Yeah, HUD layout works. I've done that a lot of times, but still.
This
Okay,
room has no traps, so you can just go in. Yeah, when we were doing raid and I had like an input delay of several seconds. It was crazy.
There might be a bit of connection error signs. Lots of my FC members got disconnected. So the servers might have something with themselves.
hopefully we won't all get kicked.
Yeah, or like when we were doing raid and like for 1 or 2 seconds nothing moved and everything moved at the same time after, so it was a bit scary. I hope we won't run into trouble with that doing AV.
Alright, so if you picked up the chest in Earth room, you can continue with the rest of the group. It seems that there may be a portal. Yes, that's a good advice on at least on keyboard. That's a default function. Not sure how it's called if you changed it, but yeah, pressing X will remove people's names, and then you can interact with things like the chest easily.
Alright, no need to pull more, there's nothing in here.
You have a casualty. Okay, if you die, pop remembered back up.
Can we pull the ads out, please?
Yes,
And not
these.
hide them inside the room?
Thank you. If you're so, I believe Vanessa is in Magia 1 asking for support, right? Yeah, support is currently ready. Full. We have 7 people and not 8, but I want to keep it that way simply because there are some people in the instance, and support fate might actually die really fast. So we'll see if we even
It's
need
not
to
in
send
this room.
people out. So if you are in support group, please just wait until we see that if the people are doing the fate even before we can make it there. I can write you down for the next one of the next runs support group. I usually do that in advance.
Wait outside, please. Don't attack them inside the room.
These have little tiny conal AoEs, so if you see that, move away.
Okay, the pot is here.
Alright.
There's
Everyone
one
is
more
up
enemy.
and alive.
Do not walk into the trap, it's not the portal. to the right, there will be one more chest. Make sure you pick it up.
Yes, this is where fragment runs usually end. So if you were on one of those, this is new territory for you. We still have some mobs to take care of, and then we'll have 6 separate rooms to deal with. Please wait for the tank. Oh, actually, there is just one person outside.
That's good.
Careful that Holmes have some AoE attack.
Alright, so it seems like this person, Death Pulse, he'll probably join inside as well. He already did BA a lot of times, so he's going to be one extra healer in one of the groups. So yeah, I will call out the 7 people who are in support out loud in voice chat. So this has all been done in advance. So if you're not one of those 7 people, don't go out because you won't be able to come back. Okay, so a few more mobs and then we can separate.
We have a DC, but it's a DPS, so no big problem.
Yes, the trappers should find the traps in every room. So in this part there are 6 rooms and obviously 6 groups. So we'll be spreading. So we'll spread in 1 group per room, and there will be 2 ads appearing in each room. So every group will have to take care of their ads. All right. So as you can see on the map, when you open the map, there are 6 rooms, 3 on the top and 3 on the bottom. Going from left to right, the rooms on top are Magia, Magia 1, Magia 2, Magia 3, and then group blah, 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 English not working today. Okay, Logos groups are down. So Logos 1 from left to right, Logos 2 in the middle, Logos 3 to the right side. You can stand in front of your room and make sure that tanks have Shell and Protect. If they do not, they can ask for it. If anyone can give Shell Protect to all of the tanks.
From this point on, you can also discard the trapping thing if you are the trapper. Yeah, no more traps.
That's true. So after we deal with these 6 rooms, after the people who are going out are Tank Azu, Healers Crazy, Io, and Zigward, and DPS Nox, Myth, and Asana. or Ejusana. I don't know how you read this name. I'm sorry, but we've talked about this before, so you already know this in advance. The healers who go outside, if you can, replenish your sacrifices. That will help significantly. Alright, so do ready checks in your parties.
Jeffrey is ready.
Every tank is buffed with
Alright,
Lotus
great.
and Shell.
Thank you.
Logos freeze ready.
Magia 1 is ready-ish.
Ready-ish.
Magia 2 ready.
Alright. You can all enter your rooms.
When your tank enters the port and the ad spawn, make sure you are not attacking until the tank has aggro of both.
Alright, tanks, when your group is ready, you can stand in the portal. Make sure that your tanks grab aggro before you pull.
Oh, yeah, also make sure you're on defensive element.
If you're a tank. Okay. Things like Death L work on these, so if you still have that, you can use it. Nice. Logos 1 is done.
You have several deaths in Magia 3. If you're tank, you should have a defensive logogram, or at least like 5 in defense with your magic element.
It's really interesting watching your doors and just looking at the numbers going on inside. Alright, we have some people to get up.
Yeah, one healer already sacrificed the tank during the pull, and we have one more person that needs to get up.
Okay. So, Azu, Crazy, Io, Nox, Myth, Eusana, and Sigward, you can now go outside. Use return to go in base, and you can leave your parties. Someone will invite you later. You can give this specific role to someone. if you want. There will also be Death Pulse outside who can join us, and you can invite him so he'll come back with you guys and join one of the groups. Make sure to grab Faint and Dispel, and you can jump down to Logo's voice chat
Never
for
lucky.
callouts. All right.
I need then reds.
All right. Let's see if anyone can. If anyone is raising him or has sacrifice on them, let me know. Otherwise, I'll pop it. Okay. Thank you. It's as a healer, especially if you're new. I want to say this. It's really important to communicate when you're sacrificing because sometimes healers have to drop a specific logograms to actually equip sacrifice, and it can be costly if it's not needed in the end. All right, we have just a little bit further to go, and then we have basically a bathroom break.
Being pretty rude, and then no need to make the support plate when you. I say make the
Weird
support
order.
plate harder than it is. It really
Pulled
is.
the ovni into the group. It's like, what the fuck?
He's like, oh, if you didn't want to help, I'll bring it to you, and it's like, okay. It's like, I would like to see you take that down with 50 man health by yourself. I'll even give you an hour. Do we have a dispel, by the way? Between them? Okay, good. And I assume tank has faint? Yep.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure everyone's seen it before, but once again, it's just boss has a small cone, it'll run towards someone. When I say run, it will float towards someone, and then it will do a conal attack. It won't have a indicator, and you just want to move out of the way. And then other than that, the only thing to be worried about is the get in and get out mechanic, which you'll do normally for the first time, and it's telegraphed fine. So
Feel free to pull.
If you have to go in, then just make sure you go out afterwards. And then about after the first time he's done it, he will do a dual cast instead, and he will just do it untelegraphed, and I'll just make sure to mention where to go. So just be prepared to have to do both mechanics. Also, I did not even think about how easily these are going to die with the echo buff, so that's definitely not something I considered. But this thing might not even get a Mechanico.
Be sure to stay in the video.
So shock spikes, we just want to dispel this. And make sure you're inside, and then immediately move out afterwards.
Well, that was nice.
Okay. Well, guess we got some time to do a bunny fate.
Yeah, you can just do bunny fate, whatever. It really doesn't matter. We're not going to take the like. If you really want to waste stabilizer, you obviously can, but there's literally no reason to. Also, don't bother with the blue portals, because the red ones will spawn at a different location. Just spread out a bit, stay closer to ether, right? So we should be good.
Did you manage to find a separate instance, by the way, yesterday, I remember from Pyro.
Oh no, I went. Oh, I don't actually remember. My brain is small, sorry.
No worries. And it was pretty late by the time we finished. So.
Was it in Pyros?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, I think I went to Pagos afterwards.
Where are these mobs going? Did someone just press our size and they just vanished? Okay, yep, Death Force is just one-shotting everything. Okay.
I love it.
Okay, wow. Feels good being a dot class.
Well, I guess I didn't get a bunny because I couldn't get an attack on anything.
I got it.
Very good.
Did you all get the buff?
Yeah.
Okay, thankfully.
We all
Yeah, I
got
mean
the buff,
it
but some of
melted
us missed
even.
a
It was
bunny.
melting even before, so I imagine now it's
It
like.
didn't get off the arrow following the
Oh my god.
tornado,
I know I'm not supposed to be here, but one important thing, my tank doesn't have any defensive logograms, and I think we need a replacement tank for Osma maybe, because I think he doesn't even have this element wheel properly set up, because in the ads room he just died instantly, and when
The
when he
thing
got
is, if
rest,
he.
when he got rest, I assume he went in defensive element, but still took a lot of damage, so I don't see him taking any orbs or something in Ozma.
Yeah, I don't know if anyone who is currently in support can grab a tank for that.
Because it would cause some trouble.
I mean, he's completely new. I did tell everyone who is new what to do, but we had a person in my party who didn't have a single Spirit of the Remembered, and they died immediately, and kept getting raised, even though I kept telling him to like. Anyway.
I don't know, it was just a bit funny when we entered the room and like he dies in a second and then the ad goes wild on DPS and yeah, things didn't go so well.
Yeah. Oh god, what is his name? Oh, here. I'll see. Yeah, as a tank, I can tell you right away you want to prepare Wisdom of the Guardian for Ozma, and before that, you can go defensive. Yes, I told him this. Did I not tell him this? Yes, I told him this. I don't know. I mean, I can tell you right away we're not gonna clear Ozma, but yeah,
but
if anyone from support can swap into a tank, and that they're not a healer, preferably, that's good. But just as a
interesting
backup.
because I think he has like maybe 3 and 2 or 4 and 1 in his element thing, doesn't have any elemental gear and doesn't have any logogram with him besides Spirit now, so
Anything besides Spirit. Oh, great.
Like I could in theory switch to tank, but I'm a healer, and I don't think
Yeah.
the healer in group 6 or like Logos 3 could solo heal, and I've never tanked anything in BA, so I don't think it's a good idea.
Yeah, the healer in your group is new. I mean, you have you have Death Pulse now. Are you a healer, Death? I think
Yeah,
so.
he is.
Yeah,
So,
he is.
I mean,
I technically could, but I haven't tanked anything for a long time.
yeah. He is in Magia 3, so having Io do it in Logos 3 would be better because they are on the same platform in Ozma and you don't even have to change the group.
So you want me to switch to tank?
If you're willing to try it. I
Me too.
mean, it's just basically during the cube form you have to run into those orbs with your defenses up.
Both orbs, right?
Yes, and pick up ads when they appear after meteors. That's the only thing that you do as an off tank.
Death, the other healer in the group, is also white mage. So you probably want to come as a shield healer if possible.
Yeah, even if that means sacrificing a weapon, as could be better.
Do I need Guardian to tank the orbs, or can I do the
Yep. Take the Guardian.
Guardian and 5 defense.
This
Yeah,
run
looking
is
at each other.
interesting. We have a lot of new people, so I'm actually really surprised that we don't have more issues.
How do you craft Guardian?
It's just a Guardian, I think. Let me see.
Yeah, but I don't have
could
a...
tell you in a
Yeah, you can do Plate Bearer Protect, or Plate Bearer Stone Skin, or 3 Stone Skins.
or play bearer and incense 2 times.
I'll just grab a red portal real quick and then do it inside.
Yep. Alright.
By the way, red portals are up, like, don't miss one.
Yep. Please don't. Oh, this will be fun. Okay, I'm gonna just be right back in a minute and then probably meet you in Magia group. I'm sure that people can help. You basically need just Guardian. I hope Azu has Faint on him
Yeah,
now.
he does. Yeah.
Okay. Good, good,
Yeah,
good.
Sigurd, can you take the one at the bottom? I didn't realize your message because my chat is too small. Like if you just TP with the ether, right? Yeah, that would be amazing. Thank you. Okay, nice.
So hopefully you get there in time. So you...
Okay, so do I switch groups, or does my tank switch groups, or how do we want to work it out?
Is SA still here? Yeah, she was.
Because I'm also the group lead, so it's maybe easier for my tank to just switch groups.
I think there's a lot going on at the minute, so.
Yeah, there's no hurry. What's a good second tank logos? Just Bloodbath?
I have no idea.
Same. This will be amazing.
What tank are you, warrior?
Warrior, yeah.
You take rapid recast for.
Yeah, but I will be in defensive anyway, so my damage will suck
true.
anyways. I'll just take Cure 2, let's go.
I mean, Stone Skin's 10% of max HP, but.
I just took Cure 2.
Yeah, that's fair. I never see what Tom has when he's tanking.
I mean, I would take Rapid Recast, Martialist, or even Martialist and Double Edge, but yikes.
Just take Swift L. Off you go. Oh, right. Whoops.
All right, so let's see. So we have Zeratsuki in Logos 3. He should be fine. He's more experienced. And then
So you can either put me into
you
the other group, or you switch Rutsuki into the other group.
yeah, or you can just in between yourselves decide who's going to be main tank and who's going to be an off tank. You don't have to switch the group necessarily.
Oh, you mean so I just
Yeah.
have tanks in one group? But then we have to switch the other guy as well. The Hoshi
No,
guy?
no, I meant.
Oh, what?
Okay, so yeah, one of you basically, yeah, one of you should go to Logos 3, to Magia 3, and then main tank Cosmo.
Yeah, then
I'll be.
just put Sarutsuki into Magia 3 so I can stay party.
Okay. Can do that. I'm going to send him.
Oh, I could have brought a Martialist for AV and trolling.
Armanda, I'm gonna tell him to write something in chat, and then you can invite him. If you're back in your group, are you in? No, you're not in support, man. Are they even in voice chat? They were. No, they're not anymore. Okay. Well, I'm totally not confused as ever.
So it seems to be
Um,
difficult sometimes to
He
find.
said invite Magia free in chat, so maybe you already got a
I'm gonna say that to Armanda now. Just a second.
Okay, so I'm back in Logos 3 now.
Yes. All right, I'm gonna go back in Magia chat. You're coming back, right?
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna stay here.
Oh yeah, this shit is better.
It's very chill here.
Nope.
Let's
Okay, we did some swaps around. We had some people had to leave, some people got in. All right. So please do ready checks so that we see if everyone is here for explanations. We're gonna do some explanations
you
for
have a
AB.
DC and Magia too.
All right. Who is the DC?
Ryuel, I'm not too sure. He said some people left, so I'm not too sure.
Okay, hopefully he's here. He did already hear these explanations a couple of times, so I hope that he doesn't need them at this point. I would like to start so that we save on time.
Logos 3 is ready.
All right.
Magia 1 is ready.
Oh, Matt Jeffrey is ready. Sorry.
Okay, so other than that, DC. Party leaders put down the marks for A, B, C, D. They are the same as in Raiden, and then there should be 1 on the left side of AV and 2 on the right side. We're gonna need 2 tanks later for volunteering the ads, but I'm gonna get to that. So quickly, AV has a very light and dark aspect of the mechanics. He'll do 3 mechanics that have this specific function. He will occasionally use IDOS that will change his stance into either light or dark, and you will see that by looking at his bracelets and aura. And basically, anytime he does this, you want to go opposite color, so opposite stance. He'll first summon some puddles around the arena. Those puddles will go double in size if they are the same color as his stance. So if he's light, for example, you want to move away from light and stand close to the dark puddles, because the light ones will double in size and kill you if you get caught in them. These patterns are all different, so you kind of have to be fast in determining blah 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 blah. English. It's not working for me today. Sorry. So basically, you have to be quick to determine where you need to go to the opposite color. Don't stand in the puddle. Stand close to the puddle. Then there will be impact stream. Impact stream means that he will basically make one side of the arena light and one dark. And of course, you have to go to the opposite color. Treat this as a raid wide also. Even if you do it correctly, you'll still get damaged. So as a healer, you want to apply shields and heal through this correctly. And there will also be a mechanic called Turbulent Ether. So 4 people, this one kills the most people, so try to pay attention to this part. So 4 people will get connected or tethered to 4 light orbs, and 4 will get connected to 4 dark orbs. So 8 people altogether, light orbs and dark orbs. And there will also be 8 puddles around the arena, 4 of them light and 4 of them dark. And naturally, as with all of his mechanics, you want to go to the opposite puddle. First, you have to see if you have a orb tethered to you. Then just wait some seconds for him to cast Medusa Javelin, which is a conal AoE that is basically easiest to avoid if you're closer to him. And as soon as he casts this attack, you want to move to the edges of the arena and find a puddle opposite color. Stand in that puddle and wait for your orb to explode. If you're not in the puddle once the orb reaches you, you will explode around you and kill everyone who is close. So try to move at least to the edges of the arena, even if you don't make it. This way you won't kill people who are in the middle. Meteor is his raid-wide damage. Medusa Javelin he'll always sort of do whenever we need to move away from the middle for proximity or whatever, he always follows it with Medusa Javelin. So if you're running away from the middle, always run back into the middle right after that so that you can easily avoid it. It's a conal that will petrify you if you get hit and basically kill you. He will sometimes do tank buster called Auroral Wind, which is a conal, so you want to stay away from the tank. This is why we have marks 1 and 2, not only for ads, but to also help you be on the right side of AV, never be on the tank's side. He will call wyverns at 1 or 2 points, depending on how fast we kill him. And these wyverns need to be tanked. They will spawn on 1 and 2. They need to be DPS down really quickly or they will explode all over party. So we have Ami on a main tank and we need 2 tank volunteers to help with the ads. So this is the time when you want to say which ad are you taking. I recommend this to be done by someone who is more experienced. So if you are ready to tank some ads, please shout now.
I can take the 1-on-1.
Okay, so you're taking the 1 on south on 1, and Zero will take the 1 on 2 on north. Okay, thank you very much. All right, let's do ready check to see if everyone understood all of the explanations. Well, just tell me if you're not ready, so that we're... I would if I had the time. Alright, start applying braveries if you still have them. For this one, if you have feint, we have at least 1 feint on 1 tank. Please apply it to AV whenever possible because he is in wind element and he has very high evasion. Alright, I'm starting the countdown. 20 seconds. 10. 5. Limit break. 3, 2, 1. Go, go, go. You can start applying the shields. He's doing the raid wide. Okay, he's changing his stance. He is light, so move away from these puddles that he will just put in the arena. Move away. This is a tutorial mechanic for you to see how much they actually expand. Go back to the boss. Avoid Medusa Javelin. He's changing his stance. We're gonna stand in the light now and treat this as a raid wide. So heal through it. Go to the light. Light, light, light. This is a tank buster. Conal one, so don't stay close to the tank. Make sure that you're in offensive stance. Okay, it's dark, so get close to the light puddles, away from the dark. Here at the right side behind him is safe. Good job. This is raid wide. All right, so now check if you have the orb, but stay close until you see the Medusa Javelin. If you have the orb, after you see Medusa Javelin, now avoid it, and then go to the opposite puddle. Don't stay close to the tank. There will also be a tank buster right after. It's going on right now. Stand in the opposite puddle or away from the middle if you won't make it. There is raid wide damage going on, so heal up, shields. There will be double, I believe. Yes, it's double, so heal, heal, heal. He will soon disappear and we'll have to go to the middle. Right, he will do triple impact stream soon, so when he does this, you can help with your Eureka potions. Okay, go to the dark side. No, to the light. Go, gosh, sorry, man. To the dark. I'll kill everyone. To the dark.
Oh, it's light side.
Oh my god, no. I'm an idiot.
How we go
Dark.
to the dark?
Completely messed up. Sorry. Go away from the middle. If you died, pop remembered back up. There is a Medusa Javelin. Tank Buster. Raid White. Right, so ads, this is probably where we'll hit Enrage. Avoid the Javelin. Tank Buster.
Yeah, this earth is gonna blow up.
Yeah, both of them. Sorry, everyone. I completely messed up this one.
It happens.
I don't know what
now and
happened.
then.
Like
That's okay.
blackout.
Yeah, but don't worry about it. It's fine.
It's like, yeah, I'm gonna banish you to the Spirit Island for that one. I say. You shall be in charge. Yeah.
Like last time, I was finally happy with how fast and perfectly I did this, and then shut up as I do everything wrong. I don't know what's going on today, but yeah, this is the first run for us that we're not gonna see Osmo, which is kind of making me sad, and at fault.
I mean, it
You
could be
can-
worse.
Yeah.
That's okay. We will all blame you and never forget this ever.
I mean, we got a fragment run done. It was pretty good anyway, so.
That's true. Yeah,
Fragment run with 3D level.
Yeah, I'm
Mm.
happy.
Well, yeah. I mean, this was the first run for quite a lot of people, so I'm really happy that they got to CAV. You can now, join more newbie runs and maybe one more. Hopefully, we'll get to Ozma next time. I won't mess up this mechanic. And yes, this week was a bit strange as well because of the patch. Many people who would usually join couldn't join for various reasons. So hopefully we'll have more runs next week.
Oh, what a surprise! It's fair sky, so we can't even level up right now.
Well, we'll all have to. So unfortunate thing, yeah, is that we have 17 minutes on the timer, so we basically have to release because we won't get kicked in time. And now we can, if you have time, you can stay and we can level up in various ways. What we usually do is have first group going to Sprite Island and then leveling up, and then second group going. But since that takes a little while for each group to do, I usually take my group to do heat box, moist box farming. That will give us some good loot, and also we should level up to 60 quite soon. So if you can stay, let's do some moist box farming. And once again, I'm
Eat